Now on CoastTV News.
More marijuana bans the next coastal town to tackle the drug.
Visa expansion, the big win for Eastern Shore industry.
This is going to be a week of roller coaster temperatures from day to day.
A potential new lease on a controversial development, the pros and cons from those involved in the Oak Orchard project.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Thank you for staying up with us after Sunday night football. This is CoastTV News.
The future of the Rehoboth Beach Library downtown is taking shape. The library already announced plans to downsize downtown as it builds a large facility off Warrington Road. Monday, city commissioners will hear a request to modify deed restrictions for the Rehoboth Avenue parcel. That's to reconfigure the inside space.
Also in Rehoboth, headway on a headache of a project. The proposed new beach patrol and comfort station on Baltimore Avenue after debate on Thursday regarding the vacation of part of Baltimore Avenue to build that new facility. The Planning Commission made numerous suggestions for more clarification in the plan. The new station requires about 40 to 50 feet of Baltimore Avenue to be built. Commissioners would discuss or could discuss the Planning Commission report Monday morning.
Next, Millsboro Town Council moving forward with its proposed ban on marijuana sales in town limits. Town Council will hear the ordinance and possibly vote on the ban at its upcoming meeting this Monday, November 6th at 7 p.m. Rehoboth and Bethany passed similar ordinances banning marijuana businesses like retail stores and manufacturing facilities this summer.
New tonight, a big win for Maryland's seafood industry. The Department of Homeland Security planning to make an additional 64,000 H-2B visas available. That would nearly double the amount of H-2B workers currently allowed each fiscal year. Those workers typically come from to the Eastern Shore to pick crabs, helping dozens of companies with seasonal jobs. 20,000 visas are currently or country specific for places including Guatemala and Costa Rica. 44,000 will be available to returning workers.
Fenwick Island may go to the dark side in a good way, though. This week, a Dark Skies presentation will be delivered. Dark Skies initiatives help eliminate light pollution through specific bulbs and policies. Rehoboth has been trying to come up with a Dark Skies plan for years. Fenwick's presentation is happening Monday at 10 a.m.
New tonight, a two-car crash in Georgetown. It happened on Route 113 and Black Oak Road. The alert for this call came in around 6:30 p.m. Multiple patients were transported to an area hospital. Police have not released any update on their condition or who was involved in the crash at this time.
Happening in Fenwick Island, the town is asking for comments on potential wind farms. The Bureau of Energy Management is accepting feedback for 2 more weeks. Fenwick and Ocean City have been vocally against the proposed skipjack wind farm off the Delmarva coast. Developer Orsted recently scrapped plans in New Jersey, but plans to move forward on Delmarva.
This Tuesday, Sussex County Council may make its decision regarding the appeal to a controversial proposed development in Oak Orchard. The 57-acre, 120-home development was originally denied by the Sussex County Planning Commission back in June. But the developer's attorney appealed to the council 2 weeks ago, saying the project will actually contain flooding in the area and will help address the high demand for housing in Sussex County. People who live in Oak Orchard are worried that the project is a safety hazard.
Well, the more people, the harder it is, and you need to have a way to get out. And that, where that development is, it becomes an island pretty fast, but there's no way in or out. Off of River Road, it kind of floods it between that development. It kind of floods and isolates that area, so that's a risk there.
County Council heard the appeal in October. On the 24th, this Tuesday, they could make their decision according to the council agenda.
The town of Milton is planning for sea level rise. A report, which will be delivered to town council, examines flooding due to sea level rise in the town. One point indicates between 10 and 25% of Milton's historic parcels may be or already are experiencing some impacts due to sea level rise. The updated study also includes an analysis of the Broadkill River and its tributaries, Long-term infrastructure and data plans are suggested to Town Council, who will thoroughly hear the report on Monday night.
Time now for our Coast TV poll of the night, and it was a good day for football fans on Delmarva. All three regional teams winning, but we want to know, which do you think was the most impressive?
That's a look at our poll so far. 50% are saying the Ravens, 25-25 Eagles and Commanders, for those are our biggest teams around this region. What are you going with, Charlie?
You know, I think that you got to go with the Ravens. The Eagles win might have been more important,
right?
But I don't think it was necessarily impressive the way that game ended. So you can still vote. You can get in the mix on this right now, and this may change by the time we bring it back up. You can do that at coasttvnews.com, or you can use our Coast TV mobile app. And again, we'll have updated results later in the newscast. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Ramallah on Sunday to meet with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas amid escalating settler violence in the West Bank.
Blinken also met with key Middle Eastern leaders in Jordan this weekend. As Rob Kirkpatrick reports, the Arab leaders called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, while Blinken reiterated U.S. opposition, advocating instead for humanitarian pauses.
America's top diplomat joined Arab leaders and foreign ministers for a high-stakes meeting on Saturday as the Israel-Hamas war rages on. But Secretary of State Antony Blinken was at odds with Arab partners as he emphasized again U.S. opposition to a ceasefire.
It's our view that a ceasefire now would simply leave Hamas in place, able to regroup and repeat what it did on October 7th.
Calls for a ceasefire have grown after Israel admitted to targeting an ambulance in a medical convoy near a hospital in Gaza City on Friday that Hamas-run health authorities say killed 15 people. Israel claimed it targeted the ambulance because it was being used by Hamas.
We're going out of our way to prevent civilian casualties, not only by asking civilians to move, calling them to move, arranging a place for them to be which is safe.
It cannot be justified under any pretext, and it will not bring Israel security. It will not bring the region peace.
Blinken said the meeting with Arab leaders was productive, and all parties are committed to working together on the issue.
We may have different views and positions on certain necessary steps to achieve that objective. But today we reaffirmed our individual commitments to continuing to work toward that end, an end that we share.
I'm Rob Kirkpatrick reporting.
Meanwhile, President Biden has been here along the coast this weekend at his Rehoboth Beach home. He went to church yesterday and stayed home today despite the quiet weekend, though you might have noticed some ruckus as a civilian aircraft violated temporary flight restrictions Saturday morning. A Coast Guard helicopter was dispatched and that aircraft was escorted away. The president's only sighting this weekend was that trip to St. Edmund's Church.
And next for President Biden, Monday, the president will travel to Bear in Newcastle County. That's where he will promote Bidenomics and the largest investment in the passenger rail since the creation of Amtrak. All that is happening Monday afternoon. Monday morning here on Coast TV News, a number of days off for Delmarva students this week. And no, not for the Veterans Day holiday. So we'll break all that down for the parents.
And then Monday night, coming up Monday night, tune in to Coast TV News for a look at the future of the Millsboro Police Department, the groundbreaking project in one of the fastest growing towns in Delaware. And game is over, but we all know you want to know what it's going to be like out tomorrow.
Taking a live look right now into Rehoboth Beach from our Boardwalk Plaza hotel camera, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams knows he has our 7-day forecast. And after that, medical emergency. This weekend, a helicopter called to Pottsnet Lakeside area. What we know about that? Don't go anywhere. We'll break it all down in just 60 seconds.
At Just Comfort Shoes, the Birkenstock store, we love hearing your Birken stories.
We've traveled the world in our Birkenstocks.
Our whole family lives in our Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks have been part of my life for over 20 years.
Locally owned and operated, Just Comfort Shoes is the only Birkenstock specialty store in Delaware, offering the widest selection and latest styles, including exclusive limited editions.
And we offer superior service and expert fitting.
Visit Just Comfort Shoes in our 2 Rehoboth Beach locations and start your Birken story today.
When you hear metal roof, do images like these come to mind? With Delmarva Metal Roofing, you can get this, or this, or this. Today's metal roofs are beautiful, strong, fire-resistant, energy-efficient, and can even withstand hurricane-strength winds. Plus, as the shore's exclusive Permalock dealer, Delmarva Metal Roofing gives you a lifetime workmanship warranty, as well as a non-prorated lifetime transferable materials warranty. Delmarva Metal Roofing, Delmarva's lifetime roofing solution.
Let me be extremely transparent right about now. I mean, it's going to be so crazy with the temperatures this week, you won't hardly know what to wear. So I'm just going to tell you, just keep your whole closet open, okay? Because it's going to be really cold and really warm and really... I'll show you. Okay, first of all, let's talk about this morning. We started off at 38 degrees for the starting point in Georgetown, 39 in Salisbury, as well as Ocean City. And here's where we are right now. We're actually in the 50s, which is pretty normal for this time of the year. Climatically speaking, we're at 54 degrees right now. Is what it feels like right now in Millsboro, Milton, as well as Milford, and in Georgetown, holding at 50 degrees in Del Mar, as well as Seaford. Now, with our live radar depiction, you got to understand something. Everything is very clear, and we're going to stay within a somewhat clear pattern pretty steadily. We have no advisories along the shore out here along our coast, but if you're traveling over the bridge, the Bay Bridge, we do still have somewhat breezy crosswinds in case you have to do some traveling there, about 20 to 25 mile per hour winds, which is why there's a small craft advisory there. But that's really more so for the folks that are going to be traveling there. Generally speaking, we had our frontal boundary. It's already pushed through and over towards our east, not in the immediate vicinity. And we stay pretty clear, except we do have a high pressure system that's located way up there into Pennsylvania that's going to help cascade or pull a good deal of cooler air coming in out of the north. So that being said, here's our expectations for tonight. We're going to stay mostly clear, and we're looking at 41, for example, in Georgetown, Seaford, as well as Laurel. We're looking for it to stay at 41 degrees in Denton, Federalsburg, as well as Vienna, and we're going to stay in the low 40s just about everywhere else. Now, it's going to be a little warmer in Chincoteague and Ocean City with 48 degrees in both of these locations. Now, what are we expecting for Monday morning? We're going to start off at about 48 degrees inland. All right, and 50s along the shore, near 60s. Not much of a change with our modeling right now, but we are going to approach near 70 degrees. So that's a relatively mild kind of a day. That's one kind of day. Now, as we go into Tuesday, we start off at about 59 degrees, and then we escalate into the 70s, and then we've had some models that even indicated that we could possibly hit the 80s. So get this, we're going to go from 60s to 70s, back to 60s. So 68 in Wallops Island on Monday, 73 on Tuesday, back to the 60s on Wednesday. You see how that bounces back and forth? And let me show you another example. For example, Ocean City, we go from 64 up to 69, then we go all the way back down to 60 for the high for the day, okay? It was bouncing back and forth like a rubber ball for South Bethany, 66, 73, and 64. Another example, Dewey Beach, from 60 up to 71, that's an 11-degree difference. And then we go from 71 down to 59 for the high on Wednesday. So that's the seesaw, back, forth, crazy, pull your whole closet out type of a situation. And then we do have a chance of rain that holds off until, let's say, Friday. We see a decent slice of rain that's going to slide through Friday afternoon and sticks around till about, let's say, Saturday evening. And then it'll begin to clear off for Sunday. So here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. I want you to notice how it goes up and down and up and down. So we're at 64, up to 75, down to 62, up to 75 again, down to 55. And that's a 20-degree drop, by the way, with rain. And then we stay down as we go into next weekend. Just wear everything in your closet.
Oh, man, Paul, that is not encouraging to hear you say it that way. Saturday night, a medical emergency in Pot Nest Lakeside area required an airlift. You can see some of the photos from that incident on your screen. The Indian River Volunteer Fire Company was called to assist the Mid-Sussex Rescue Squad and establish a landing zone for that helicopter. The patient was then transported from that landing zone to a medical facility for further care.
In traffic news, a lot of traffic patterns could be disrupted for different areas in Salisbury due to street milling and paving projects. According to the mayor's office, the following roads will be worked on from Monday, November 6th to November 20th. It's Moss Hill Lane from Middle Neck Drive to Brittingham Street, Isabella Street from Division Street to Route 13, Middle Neck Drive from Hammond to Deborah Drive, and Mill Street from Isabella to Route 50. The mayor's office says drivers should expect delays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Also in traffic news, MDOT announced a paving project that will start on Thursday, November 9th on Route 366 in Worcester County. MDOT says crews will work weekends 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and that drivers can expect single lane closures throughout the duration of the project.
Break out the tubas and the trombones. The Parkside High School Marching Band earning some hard-fought accolades over the weekend. At the U.S. Band's National Championship in Pennsylvania, Parkside earned their best score of the year, a 95.4. They also won Best Overall Effect and Visual in their group, beating out 14 other schools. And to celebrate, the band will parade through the hallways of school tomorrow at 10:45. Well, you can catch your hyper-local Coast TV
Giving
news.
a little clap to those
good job,
guys.
Parkside.
Yeah.
You can watch us every day here. Charlie and I are anchoring 5 and 6 each evening.
Our first newscast is at 5 a.m. Our last is at 11 p.m. But it's not just news. We have lifestyle programming as well to fill you in on all things health, wealth, and home.
Every weekday at 4, you can catch Coast Life. Here's a preview. Happy Sunday, Delmarva. Hope you've enjoyed your weekend. Here's what's coming up Monday at 4 on Coast Life. We're sitting down with BB's Dr. Maneri to talk about bariatric surgery. We're keeping you laughing with another joke jar. And we're talking with the OC Art League about their upcoming anniversary and fundraising events. All that and more is headed your way Monday at 4 with Coast Life. Still to come on Coast TV News, Halloween may be in the rear view, but ghost forests and zombie trees are in the Delaware Bay. How salt water and climate change are creating a scary environment after this.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
New updated COVID vaccines are now available. This updated COVID vaccine protects you from the Omicron variant XBB, currently one of the most common variants. No matter how many previous vaccines you have received, you should get the new COVID vaccine. Antibodies from previous doses may have gone down, no longer providing protection. Everyone 5 years and older should get one updated COVID vaccine. Those 6 months through 4 years should get 1 to 3 doses, depending on previous doses and manufacturer. Evening and Saturday appointments are available. Call La Red Health Center today.
We all love the warmth and comfort of carpet in our homes, but worrying about spills and pets is a constant. What if I told you the latest in carpet innovation is spill-proof and pet-proof? It'll save the day. It's like magic. The liquid is just beating up. No soaking in, no stains. Get the ultimate carpet protection with Floor Coverings International. We will bring our mobile showroom right to your door.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Hey, Linda, come check out my bathroom remodel. I'm having it done by those guys on TV. They do everything. Paint me green and call me a cucumber. I thought they was gonna spice up your bathroom, Cletus. You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Listen, Linda, you made the right choice.
At Peninsula Bath, we do bathroom remodeling, and that's it. Top quality, competitively priced, and customer focused. And ready when you are. Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
Have fun and enjoy Delmarva's Coast with Petey the Peacock, Coast TV's feathered friend and sharing joy coast-wide. Know where he's going to be next and get his free coloring book at peteythepeacock.com. Brought to you by Tidal Health.
Climate change is haunting our forests and creating real-life ghosts and zombies.
Sea level rise and the salt water it brings are killing countless acres of forests.
Meantime, our warming planet could also be driving another frightening phenomenon in the shadows of massive wildfires.
National climate reporter Chase Kane shows us 2 haunting effects of climate change.
Down a dirt road through a forest still very much alive, Delaware Bay is haunted by death, a ghost forest.
As the salt comes in, it poisons things, it floods the soil and saturates it, and it kills these forests.
As sea level rise accelerates, it brings salt water farther inland, creating fields of wooden tombstones, ghost forests. Estimates vary, but potentially millions of acres of coastal forest have been lost to saltwater intrusion accelerated by climate change.
ghost forests are a double whammy because living trees absorb carbon dioxide, right? And a healthy forest is also a carbon sink, storing carbon and keeping it out of the atmosphere and out of our oceans. So when an entire forest dies, whether from saltwater or wildfires, all that stored carbon is released back into the atmosphere, further heating our planet.
Wildfires of the past can also come back to haunt the present. They're known as zombie fires.
And they have this zombie behavior. They go underground in the fall and winter months, and they can carry over in terms of continuing to combust in the ground fuels, sometimes right underneath the snowpack, right through the winter, and then they emerge like a zombie the following spring.
Merritt Turetsky studies zombie fires across Canada and Alaska, and she wants to find out if climate change is helping more undead fires rise from an icy grave each spring.
So what it means is through this zombie burning, fire years may not be totally independent on the landscape. One fire year might actually affect the next fire season, particularly given the extreme amount of resources and just human stress and toil and capital that went into fighting the fires across Canada in 2023. Truly an epic fire year.
Which produced those eerie orange skies no one wants to live through again. In New York, I'm National Climate Reporter Chase Kane.
As daylight saving time is over, the Maryland Department of Transportation is warning people to take extra caution. That's because now we have darker evening rush hours, and that means, as according to MDOT, that deadly crashes are 3 times greater at night versus daylight. So take extra caution on the roads the next few days as we adjust.
After the break here on Coast TV News, you might need to check what's in your freezer. This major company issued a recall for this frozen food.
But first, one Milford man has honored for his service in Vietnam. The story behind the local hero, that's up next on Coast TV News.
Before you celebrate your new home, protect your surfaces with HydroShield. HydroShield prevents unwanted stains from penetrating the surfaces in your home. Our eco-friendly formulas eliminate the need for toxic chemicals, protecting you and your family. You paid good money for your surfaces. Protect them with HydroShield. Call today for your free total home protection estimate. And relax, we have you covered.
Learn more about our total home protection at hydroshielddelmarva.com.
It's always a good time to protect and improve your home's value. At Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, our highly trained experts are dedicated to creating beautiful, durable floors at a fair, honest price. And most jobs are completed in just one day. Our multi-step process uses heavy-duty, high-precision equipment to create gorgeous floors that stand the test of time. 4 times stronger than epoxy and resistant to abrasions, chemicals, and UV damage. And all residential applications are backed by a lifetime warranty. Call to schedule your free estimate. Pinnacle Concrete Coatings, because quality matters.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Crisp fall air means cool new styles and the perfect time for a run. Vernon Powell has Delmarva's largest selection of Hoka to fit your running style. Then feel the ooh in OOFOS recovery footwear. Comfy Hey Dude, Birkenstock, or UGG for your whole family. Fall favorites, Patagonia flannels and North Face hoodies. Support at work with Dansko and Vionic. So all work boots and Carhartt apparel. Plus that expert Vernon Powell fit in Salisbury and Rehoboth Beach.
Family owned and operated since 1936.
Most new Delaware homeowners never had a crawl space and might not know about sump pumps or dehumidifiers. Your sump pump may be old, and do you know how or if it operates? And dehumidifiers from big box stores are simply not rated for crawl spaces. Call Brazier's. Our friendly staff will inspect and test your system. That old sump pump, replaced, including a necessary alarm. And now a dehumidifier that actually handles the job. Call Brazier's today and get your crawl space updated by the experts.
Famed for flying, Milford native Al Burke was inducted into the Delaware Aviation Hall of Fame. among 5 others in the state, for his impressive resume as an Army helicopter pilot.
Coast TV News reporter Tori Seagrave shows us his many accomplishments and his impact on the Milford community.
Let me introduce you to Al Burke. Burke served as a helicopter pilot for 35 years, from rescuing families in the Italian Alps to hovering over Germany. But to Burke, he was just doing his duty.
What I've done over the years, I never looked at it as, I never did it because I thought somewhere down the road I would be recognized. I did it because it was my job.
Just walking through Burke's home, you can tell his time as a pilot was nothing short of significant. A Silver Star, a Purple Heart, even a Legion of Merit Medal were awarded to Burke. Among his many accomplishments, one that stands out is just how long he spent in the sky.
My one tour in Vietnam, I flew 1,349 hours, and that was in a year. And if you do the math, that's a lot of flying, and I don't know anybody else that got that many hours in 1 year.
Even before joining the fight, Burke won several trophies and medals for running cross country and wrestling at Milford High School.
I probably would have taken first in state my senior year had I not broken my wrist.
And continues to run marathons like the Skyway 10K and the Outrun Hunger 5K at the young age of 77.
I tell people it's great being in my age group because there's nobody else there.
At the end of the day, Burke hopes people will see his contributions as a pilot and give remembrance to those who didn't make it home.
When I was in Vietnam, I had friends die. I don't want people to ever forget all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we all can be free.
To learn more about Burke's story and other inductees, you can visit their plaques at the Delaware Aviation Hall of Fame. I'm Tori Seagraves in Milford, Coast TV News.
I love that story.
Me too.
Time now for our Coast TV poll. We're hitting it one more time for the evening, and it was a good football day for fans here on Delmarva. All 3 of the regional teams winning. We do want to know, though, which do you think was the most impressive?
It was the Ravens a bit ago, and a little bit more for the Ravens now, 56%. Eagles and Commanders, 22-22. I got to go with the Eagles fans here. I got to say the Eagles. It was a great end of the game.
Great end of the game. I'm wondering if some of the fans of the Eagles are just feeling like they eked that one out because that was a wild finish to the contest. You can still vote on this one. Really easy to do. Go to coasttvnews.com or you can use our Coast TV mobile app and online. That is where you'll find the results.
Speaking of sports, you can watch University of Delaware basketball's 2023 to 2024 season on the Delmarva Sports Network. The first men's basketball game is on November 12th at 1 p.m. The first women's game is November 14th at 7. All the other games you see on your screen right here, those will also be shown on the Delmarva Sports Network.
New tonight, check your freezer. Tyson's Foods is recalling about 30,000 pounds of chicken nuggets. Saturday, the company said it was voluntarily pulling the nuggets after some people reported finding small pieces of metal inside the patties. Specifically, the recall is for the 29-ounce plastic bag packages containing frozen but fully cooked breaded nuggets that are shaped like chicken patties. The packaging includes a best used by date of September 4th, 2024. The USDA says there has been one minor oral injury association with the consumption of those nuggets.
So get rid of them, please. After the break here on Coast TV News, the Dewey Beach Police Force is adding a little bark to their bite. You'll see the new pups patrolling the coast. We'll introduce you to them after this when Coast TV News continues.
And the temps have been steadily going up, but this week they're going to bounce all around. And I'm not trying to make a joke. They're literally going to bounce all around.
At East Coast Campers and More, we believe that having a camper is about enjoying the adventure, time with the family, and your escape to nature. From the buying journey to seamless setup, we've got you covered, walking you through every step, making sure you're spending the most time enjoying what's out there. If you need us after setting up, our mobile RV medics will come to you providing the highest quality of services and repairs. Come start your adventure in Frankfort, Delaware at East Coast Campers and More.
I'll take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's gonna be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Kasasa Checking is proudly offered at County Bank.
Surface Solutions is rolling across Delmarva, providing the best asphalt and concrete installation for your home or business. Our professional team is transforming the asphalt industry with an impeccable reputation for quality. We guarantee a timely response, unparalleled customer service, and a detailed free estimate in days, not weeks. Call the exterior surface specialists at Surface Solutions and ask about our special financing rates as low as 0%.
Call the professionals at Surface Solutions and discover the difference.
Get wild on your beach vacation at Barn Hill Preserve. Join us for fun events happening all summer long. Find your zen at Kangaroo Yoga or a playful breakfast at Munchin' with Monkeys. Slow down at Sippin' with Sloths or laugh it up at Kangaroos and Comedy. We also offer daily otter swims, a unique experience only offered at a few locations in the U.S. Or schedule an encounter tour and meet our animal ambassadors up close. Barn Hill Preserve, the world of animals is waiting for you.
82, 86. What a nice commission for me.
So what do you think? We're going to give you a free half a roof, give you new gutters, give you a gutter guard, give you a vacation for nothing.
Don't be fooled by roofing sales tactics. Remember, free isn't always free.
We climb and inspect every roof to provide an expert, honest opinion. Watch out for guys like this.
Serving Sussex County.
There's good.
There's better. And then there's Morse.
And that's Frank.
New tonight, the Dewey Beach Police Department has a pair of new answers to the question, who's a good dog? The K-9 unit has added a pair of new crime-fighting pups to the force. Corporal Curtin is now paired up with 16-month-old Smoke right here, who's a Malaherd. That's half Malinois, half German Shepherd. And in the next couple of weeks, you'll start to see PFC Ebke on the streets with his new partner, Jasper, pictured here. At the moment, Jasper is still in training, but the expectation is he'll be on the prowl very soon.
Well, I guess it would be different if you say you want all that smoke. That's actually the dog's name, okay? I want all that smoke. Okay, anyway, listen, this is what's been trending as of late. We've gone from, let's say, 50s for Wednesday and Thursday up to 60 for the high on Friday, and Saturday 69, 72 on Sunday. So we're trending up, right? Back for another, let's say, record-setting situation. No, it's just going to start bouncing all around kind of crazy. But first of all, for the rest of this evening, we have the winds that are going to be coming primarily out of the north. We're looking for temperatures to fall back into the 40s, mainly clear skies in the early morning hours, partly cloudy skies and 49 degrees at 2 o'clock, for example. Then as we're getting ready for that first shift and that commute, we're looking at 46 degrees. And then when the sun comes up, we're looking at limited cloud cover, if any at all, and winds out of the northeast at about 4 to 6 miles per hour and 58 degrees by mid-morning. Now, I've been talking about things bouncing around, but right now we have mainly clear skies as far as our live radar is concerned. Satellite depiction is also saying we're staying clear. Here's a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast. Bouncing back and forth, here's what I'm talking about. 64 on Monday, up to 75 on Tuesday, down to 62 on Wednesday, up to 75 on Thursday. Then a 20-degree drop on Friday with rain. Saturday and Sunday, we stay a little bit on the low side with 58 and 54. But notice over the weekend, we dropped to 36 and 37 degrees for Sunday morning, going into Monday morning. And then as we go into next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we stay low until we get to next Wednesday, and we bounce right back up again, 63. So, yeah, that's how crazy it's going to be over the next few days. So just pull out your entire wardrobe.
Yeah, how am I going to go from 75 to 55?
Dress for spring, dress for summer, spring, summer, winter.
Let me weigh in here as the resident from Alaska, although Maddie's lived there. Layers. You want layers.
We will do all the layers with that forecast. Thank you so much, Paul. And thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News after Sunday Night Football.
For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
We'll see you in just a few hours for Coast TV News Today, starting at 5 a.m.
Have yourselves a great night.